and welcome to MVP Hot Seat with Ibrahim Ababou. Today we are pleased to have with us Professor Soheir Korraa, President of Women in Nuclear, WIN Africa, a pioneering figure in advancing gender equity within the nuclear sector across the continent. As Africa begins to embrace nuclear energy to meet its growing electricity needs, support industrialization, and tackle climate challenges, WIN Africa is playing a vital role in ensuring that women are not only part of this journey, but leading it. You and your organization are not only advocating for the responsible development of nuclear energy across the continent, but crucially are championing the empowerment and the contribution of women in this high-tech, strategically important sector. We are eager to explore how WIN Africa is shaping a future where women play a central role in empowering Africa's prosperity. Welcome, Professor.
Welcome, Mr. Ibrahim. It's nice to be with you. Actually, I would like to say that WIN Africa was launched in the year 2020, and it's started with 3 chapters, and now we have reached up to 22 chapters, and we wish that the 53 African countries can join and be part of this association. Actually, WIN Africa works by advocating women in nuclear through human rights. You know, gender equality is a human right. Peace and friendship between countries. Ladies all around the all around the world, actually, and African country, we meet annually at the General Conference, and we usually meet at the IAEA conferences. And we speak together, we make friendship together, and this is a very nice thing. We provide social services and community development and environmental protection. You see, we are an NGO, so as an NGO, besides calling for nuclear, we also provide a social service to be visible in the society. As you know, that people are afraid from the word nuclear. So we have to address them to erase this fear. How we do that? If you call for a conference, usually the normal people will not come. However, we make services like organizing charity events, health campaigns, public engagement activities, and we support the local community through social and environmental initiatives. Also, we promote the public awareness and education by developing the dialogue with the society on nuclear technologies and their benefits, encouraging young people, especially women, to pursue careers in nuclear sciences. And we are also encouraging international collaboration by strengthening partnership between African countries in nuclear education and research, and participating in global forums and discussing on sustainable development and clean energy. Every month, WIN Africa will make a webinar, and we take care that different African speakers from different countries share. And it is about some like food, nuclear technology and food security, nuclear technology for water resources. This makes us more clear, more near each other, and we discuss with each other, and we know better about nuclear, because usually everyone is working in a specific area, but now everyone will be able, what are people in other areas do?
Yes, thank you very much. And it's great to hear that, because the role you would be playing I hope there would be more organizations such as WIN in Africa. So basically to help grow the role of women in the nuclear sector. And also you mentioned something very important is to make awareness about nuclear in general, in the general public, because there is lots of misconception about nuclear, and you are helping to better understand what nuclear is really about. And staying in the same topic, in your opinion, what is nuclear? Why is nuclear energy important to African countries? How would it benefit the continent?
Well, you see, African countries are suffering from many problems. If we look at the climate change problem, this is a very problem because African countries are responsible for only 4% of the emission of bad gases. However, it suffers 4 degrees increase in temperature all around the equator, countries around the equator. This caused health problems like heat stroke, um, um, uh, uh, pressure, blood pressure, high blood pressure, diabetes, communicable diseases, diseases transferred by insects. And as you see that there is a change in the climate of Africa. Now the glaciers in Mount Kilimanjaro, in Mount Kenya, the glaciers have decreased a lot. And by time the water coming through the rivers will decrease. There is the Lake Chad. The Lake Chad have lost, it was 24,000, now it is 2,400 meters square. And this is a great disaster because about 3 countries are getting their water from this. So Africa really is facing a big problem from climate change. And also African countries, most African countries have gained their liberation very nearby. And so they have to build their economy and they have to have sustainable development in Africa, in African countries. And this is through electricity. And nuclear power is regarded as the cleanest source of electricity. Although people are afraid of accident, but nuclear power has been shown to be the least accident compared to dams, compared to fuel, to carbon fuel, and so on.
Totally agree. And you mentioned something very important, is that Africa is the continent that is the least contributing to climate change, but is the most suffering from climate change effects. And that's something that we need to deal with in our continent. And also, nuclear is very important for growing the economies of African nations. As you mentioned, they just gained their independence mainly 50, 60 years ago. So they are still young nations and they need a base load power to help them grow their economy and industrialize. So going back to the women issue, how does WIN Africa support women in countries that are developing plans for nuclear power programs, such as Ghana, Uganda, Rwanda, etc.?
Well, actually, I cannot tell you, we do not support them. I think that to make a nuclear power plant is a policy-making decision. We only support in trying to make the society accept this idea or try to disseminate the peaceful application of nuclear among the society. But for me, I think it's a government.
No, my question was not about to support the country itself to go for a nuclear power program, but to support women in those countries to, I don't know, gain access to nuclear jobs or education or human capacity building, etc. Does WIN plays a role in that, or what role would the WIN play in those countries, for example?
Well, actually, we discuss, as you know, that the number of women working in the nuclear are very scarce compared to men. And the number of women with PhDs and master's degrees in this area are much less. So we try to put our hand on the problem and we try to discuss it with each other to erase it. Like societal depression. In every society, a boy is preferred than a girl, and the girl become depressed, societally depressed. Also in schools, they encourage girls to go to literature and boys to go to science. Even if we look at the play you give to your son or your daughter, you give your daughter a doll, a kitchen machine, sewing, but you give the boy, gardening, carpenting, building blocks, and this develops what is called the special cognitive function. That is, which is important for mathematics and science. So we have to look at the problem and try from the kids or school children to make them develop to accept and work in science. Because when there is less women working in science, there is what is called the missing phenomena. Because some of one which we did not encourage might have the talent and might give to science new developments.
I totally agree. And to mention that this problem of gender imbalance, I would say, is not just specific to the continent of Africa, but it's a global issue where there is, especially in the nuclear sector, where there is more men in the jobs of nuclear jobs than women. And as you mentioned, those challenges, what are, in your opinion, the biggest challenge or challenges women face when entering or progressing in the nuclear sector in Africa? And how does, as you mentioned, WIN get involved in that and help to address those challenges?
Well, I want to say something. What is important is that the government encourages this. In Egypt, we are men and women by the constitution are of equal rights in voting, in salaries, and in everything. And in Egypt, I can say that about 46% women are working in the nuclear sector, and maybe much more in the medical sector, in the nuclear medical sector. So it is the government who encourages you. And girls in Egypt are quite aware that they have, when they work in science, they will have better opportunities and better and can climb the social ladder much better. So it is something in the environment of growth of the people. So, but I think that African ladies are going well. As a start, as you can see, the number of schools, of girls' schools in the African continent are much less than the number of schools in the Europeans and other countries. But I think that African ladies are growing, are trying to be better. And I think that they are on the path.
Yes, I totally agree. And my last question, what message would you share with young Egyptians or African women interested in pursuing a career in nuclear science, engineering, or policy?
Well, I would like to say, if I want to compete, if women want to compete with men, they have to develop themselves. They have to increase the skill. They have to study more and more. Because when somebody, if you are comparing between two persons, you will take the best. So if a woman is skillful, is knowledgeable, she will make herself, or she will impose herself on the workplace, and her opinion will be taken. So you have not only say we are women and we should be 50-50. No, you should work hard in order to take what you want or what you desire, or to reach the leadership.
That's a fantastic message. Thank you very much. As we've heard from Professor Korraa, the future of nuclear energy in Africa is not just about technology or infrastructure. It's also about people and inclusion. Women across the continent are rising to the occasion, driving innovation, building expertise, shaping national strategies in ways that reflect both technical excellence and social equity. WINS Africa's work is more critical than ever, not only in ensuring women are represented, but in unlocking the full human potential needed to build sustainable and secure nuclear programs across the continent. Your message to young Africans and Egyptians women are clear. So there is a place for you in this future, and it starts now. They just need to study and be competitive to gain their place. We leave this interview not just with a deeper understanding of nuclear power potential for Africa, but with immense hope for an inclusive, electrified, and prosperous future. Thank you very much, Professor.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. It's nice to be talking with you. Thank you.
It is our pleasure. And for our community, stay tuned for our next episode of MVP Hot Seat. Thank you very much.